Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, and I would like to welcome you to my live movie review for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Apologies for being late. I literally just got home from work. Running a little bit behind today. I wanted to get a weekend update video out to you before the show. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to that, so stay tuned for it. I want to welcome to the chat Mikey Sues 4. Good to see you, sir. Let me know when you would like me to. Let me know when you would like me to come on and DM me on Twitter. I'm sure you know me there. So if you'd like to come on and do kind of a deep dive into this thing, I don't know really how much more I can say about this movie that hasn't really already been said. First off, I'm going to admit this movie is not very good. It is clear that there were reshoots. It is clear that there was studio meddling. You have a good cast of actors here, but they're kind of muted because the script, which I believe is the chief problem with this movie, it's not very good. Now, again, that could have been studio meddling. It could have been the actors interjecting themselves into the script. There isn't a whole lot to say about this movie past what we know. Now, when it came to the old Indiana Jones movies, and I'm talking in particular the first three. I'll get to Crystal Skull here in a minute. And hello to Stephen Ransom. Nice avatar. Yes, this is a new avatar that I'm kind of debating whether or not I'm going to use it full time. Fletcher Williams drew this one up for me. Yeah, I like it. So it might be my new avatar, a little more dynamic than what I had before. Okay, like I was saying, first things first, the script for this movie is not very good. It's obvious that there are reshoots. The editing is very choppy, very jarring. It doesn't feel like it all connects together in any real way. Now, I understand that Harrison Ford is playing an older Indy in this movie. And I get it that he's supposed to be kind of, tired and, not 100% the Indy of old, which is understandable. He's supposed to be an older guy. And hello, Admiral Teague. I saw it, and all I can say is I survived Indy 5, and all I got was brain damage. Yeah. I like to say hello to words and pictures. Now, Harrison Ford is at an age where I personally do not expect him to, you know, crash through windows, you know, or be running around like a jackrabbit like Tom Cruise does. I don't expect that from him. But he does come off like he's sleepwalking in this. He comes off to me like his heart wasn't in it. Do I have a cat pic on Twitter? I do. At the moment, I do because my little guy died, so I put that up as a bit of a tribute to him. Um, Now it won't let me message you, huh? That's odd. We'll figure it out. Okay. Um, Now, to go into Phoebe Waller Bridge, um, I don't think she's the problem with this movie. Now, I haven't seen her in anything else. All I know of her is I know she, of course, had the Fleabag show. I've never seen it. Doesn't sound like it would be my cup of tea. I know she voiced I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, feminist robot in Solo. I could have done without that character. I could have done without that movie in general, really. Um, no, I haven't. I have not been into or in her, and she's not my type. I think that's kind of the chief problem with her. She's not my type. Uh, Her character, like everyone else, is not written very well. There's an attempt at an arc, but I think it's too little, too late, and I think the ending of the film kind of undercuts her. Uh, she has this kind of wannabe short round sidekick, who I refer to as Hervé Villachez, because that's who he reminds me of. Uh, uh, and I don't like going after child actors, but this is a bad child actor performance. Um, yeah, Teddy. Yeah. Um, Movie could have done without Teddy. You could have cut him completely out of the movie, and it would not have mattered. He's there to get kidnapped, and he's there to fly a plane later. He's an unnecessary character. Just like so many of the other characters in this movie, they're unnecessary. It's an unnecessary movie. Um, she's no Karen Allen. No, no, she is very much not. And I wish she was in more of the movie. Um, he's an adult. Well, he's supposed to be playing like a 14-year-old or something. So, yeah, okay, if you say he's an adult, that's fine. Um, and he kills the toughest bad guy. He does. You know? um, Rather brutally, I might add. Um, okay. To go very quickly into the story, even though we've all heard it. Now, you've got Indy now on the verge of retirement. He is in the middle of a divorce. His son has been killed in Vietnam. which is something that I really didn't like. Um, Now I know most people do not like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I can understand that. But that movie was Citizen Kane compared to this. Without a gun, guns gain you no advantage in that movie. No, no, they didn't. Um, but this isn't an unnecessary review. Let her rip. Okay. Yeah, I don't get why non-American says it went to Vietnam as a man no younger than 44 years old. But I mean, all right. So we have Indy on, on the trail of Archimedes' dial, his so-called dial of destiny, and the Helena Shaw character kind of hoodwinks Cindy into trying to find it, and of course the Nazis are after it. Mutt's known father is British on paper. Yep. So he's a British citizen. Yeah. I mean, there were Brits in Vietnam, but yeah. Again, this is a movie that once again did not think things through. And yes, rest in peace, little bit. Yeah. I'm going to miss that little guy. Yeah. Now, I'm going to speed through this because I told Pop Culture Minefield I was going to do their show today. There's not really much to tell about this movie. It's a Karen Allen and Indy should have been reading the Kama Sutra and not getting divorced. It's 1969. Well, Bill Murray thought of it in Scrooged. So no issue there. You see, the thing was this. The Indiana Jones films have always had great villains. Tote, Belloq, Molaram, Donovan in Last Crusade, even Spalko, Cate Blanchett in the fourth movie. Good villain. The villain in this movie is an absolute disgrace. He is a non-entity. We are not even made aware of what his plan is until we are 10 minutes to go in the movie. After which case he's very quickly dispatched. He has a sidekick who speaks with this terrible Southern accent. Discount Joel Kinnaman. It's just, this movie is bad. There's nothing to the story. It's a slog to sit through. It's too long. There are too many characters that don't go anywhere. Antonio Banderas, God bless him, he tries to save the few minutes that he's in, can't save it. CIA agent Foxy Cleopatra, Pam Grier wannabe, didn't need to be in the film. This movie is just a nothing burger, guys. And There are much better movies out there to go see right now, and later on today, I am going to be talking about 2 of them, but everything that you have heard about this movie is pretty much true. This was a movie that was shot down by studio meddling. There was no script. If there was, they didn't use it. I have liked a number of James Mangold's movies in the past. This doesn't even feel like he directed it. This is the worst movie of the series. It is, in my opinion, as of right now, the worst movie of the year. It's just a nothing burger. You know, it's a light show. It's CGI splooge on the screen. One of the good things about the original series, by that I mean the original trilogy, and to some extent the fourth is where probably had the most CGI in it previous to this. You don't feel that there are any stakes because everything in this movie is CGI. And I think that took me out of the movie more than anything. There's too much CGI. It's too long. There's no story. You don't care about the characters. The characters that you do care about are either not in it or barely in it, or they feel like they're just going through the motions. Now, I could sit here and maybe EFAP it, but I'm not that kind of a channel. Let Mauler do that. I will have fun watching Mauler and the gang over there do an EFAP of this movie and just rip it to pieces. I'm not here to rip it to pieces because I don't think it deserves to get ripped to pieces. I don't think it's worthy of anybody's time to really discuss this thing. Mikey in the chat, my ultimate review grade, which I did my review on July 5th, was B+, 4 to 5 stars. The Flash is disappointingly a bit worse, 3 to 5 out of 5. B grade. Both films are about forms of time travel. Yeah, time travel does not need to be in this movie. John Wick 4 and Guardians 3 are my standards better films. Yeah, John Wick 4 is a much better movie. And hello to Jedi Bill. Good to see you, sir. Mikey says CGI can ruin movies if used way too much or doesn't help the story. And it's used way too much and it doesn't help the story here. It's an abomination and it angers me deeply. It's not worthy of being angry at. It's 2.5 hours of nothing happening. The villain is not menacing. You get a very good actor in Mads Mikkelsen. This is a man who can be charming, who can be funny, who can be tough, who can be menacing, who can be evil. He can play all of those emotions. This movie doesn't let him do anything. He just shows up and, hi, I'm Bob Evil, and it's just, why? Like so many other things in this movie, why? I want to see him I want to see Mads Mikkelsen and Harrison Ford on opposite sides in a better movie. This isn't it. This is studio made product shat out into theaters, and we are expected to clap like seals and go see it and enjoy it. And I'm here to tell you that I'm not going to. The disappointing abomination and a total loss. Harrison Ford should be glad he can retire to Fedora. Yeah. You're being generous. Oh no, hey, Mikey is totally entitled to his opinion. If he saw something in it that he liked, that's fine. I'm giving it a 2 out of 5 because I was, even though I was bored and it was a light show, I was at least engaged. I wasn't like looking at my clock or my watch or anything. Yeah, there are moments, but there's not enough of them in my opinion. That's the issue. Um, and maybe there are people out there who will see it and enjoy it, and that's perfectly fine. I just don't think it's not. Thank you for my service. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just it didn't land with me. The movie had a real hostility towards physics. Yeah, the movie's about a 3 out of 10 to me. We're not all that far apart. Yeah. If you want me to say out of 10, I would probably say 4. But that, 3.5, 4. But all right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. There's not much to the film. The acting is wooden because the actors are given nothing to do. It's a bunch of CGI splooge on the screen. It's not fun. There's nothing funny in it. There are characters that don't need to be in the movie. There are characters that don't belong or aren't given enough to do. It's obviously that this was studio meddling that killed this movie, and that's the main thing. If you want to be mad at anybody over this movie, don't be mad at Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Don't be mad at James Mangold. Don't be mad at Harrison Ford. Be mad at Disney. They had a script that Steven Spielberg agreed to direct, and then they tossed out the script and did what Kathleen Kennedy wanted to do. Which eventually turned into what Bob Iger wanted her to do. So blame the powers that be at Lucasfilm and Disney, because they thought that we were going to eat this up, and we didn't. At least we're both honest, deleted about how we saw too much vitriol occurred before I could see it. Yeah, this movie is not worthy of getting upset over. That's the thing with me. It's just it's so it, it it's it's a nothing burger movie. You know, it's not worth. This is it is a mid tier Marvel film. That's what this is. I can't keep it going. I have to go. I appreciate everybody being here as long as they were. Dale chose to take the Disney dollar. They knew exactly what they were doing. Yeah, also true. Um, Disney destroys good film franchises. Now it's proven without a doubt. Well, I'm going to talk about a movie later today that Disney owned a share in and that they tried to hide. But more about that when I get to it. All right. I want to thank everybody for being here, for listening in. To everyone who is going to watch the replay, there's not really much to say about this movie, folks. I'm sorry. There's just nothing there. But if you did enjoy it, hey, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. If you think I'm off base about something, by all means, let me know. I want to thank in the chat Mikey Sues 4, Stephen Ransom, Admiral Teague, Words and Pictures coming to us from across the pond, and of course Jedi Bill. And Fletcher Williams. Fletcher, who made my avatar and my thumbnail. So show him some love. And you're welcome. I'm glad you could all be here. Follow me on over to Pop Culture Minefield for TGIF. And I have 2 reviews coming up today for The Covenant and for Sound of Freedom. So stay tuned for that. All right. Okay. Final score. I am giving this movie 2 stars out of 5. So it's in my skip it column. It's going to be on Disney Plus in a few weeks anyway, so doesn't really matter. All right. From HQ. Take care. Stay strong. Because this is how we win.